liebe Star Trek-Freunde. Wir sind wieder in Star Trek Online, wie man ja sehen kann. Und wir gehen heute in Schmetterling hinein. Das ist wie immer noch der ikonianische Krieg.
The research teams in the Kiana system require your assistance. They have been running thousands of temporal incursion simulations of how to use the Krenim weapon. But I need an officer with field experience to evaluate the project and its feasibility. You will participate in a focus test of the most promising options. A blade cuts both ways. We must be sure that what this weapon can do to the Iconians does not cause greater harm to us.
Die habe ich. Ja, und das Ganze auch schon Gold. Okay, der Schmetterling, also das sind 3 oder 4 Missionen, die sind immer am Kiana-System und man muss da eben nicht fliegen, sondern einfach nur machen. Auch ist der Fehler einmal behoben worden, einige Schiffe sind nicht mehr so ultraschnell, dass man sie auch endlich besiegen kann. Schmetterling.
Welcome! We have been working with the Krenim to build both this facility and a weapon similar to the one developed by Anoraks in the 22nd century. Captain Nog is running point for the Alliance, but teams from all across the Alpha and Beta quadrants are involved with the research. It's fascinating work, but there's a lot to do yet. Captain Nog might be able to explain more. He's waiting for you.
Ziemlich dunkle Feuerstationen. Ja, auf die Mission erinnere ich mich. Das habe ich früher gern gemacht.
I wish I was seeing you under better circumstances. We've managed to make a prototype of the Krenim weapon in Anorax's records, but we have not attempted to use it yet. Time isn't something you mess around with, so we have been conducting simulations here of possible incursions, as well as developing new ways to protect and store data on various timelines. We've tried a different number of scenarios, but only in the holodeck. Direct action against the Iconians is proving to be problematic, because so much time has passed since they were first a great power. Incursions that far back in time must be carefully planned, or the fallout of even minor changes can ripple across reality. We have, however, seen some promise in trying to delay their arrival. Actually, it would be closer to a 700-year delay if our calculations are correct. The Iconians have had 200,000 years to build their fleets, but we're catching up to them. We've already seen what the 29th century technology can do. Imagine what we'll have in the 32nd century. Exactly. The other potential solution is to cut into the current power base. What if the Iconians never allied with the Alachi or the Solanae? We wouldn't be facing the trouble we do now. The 3 most promising incursions each follow one of these tactics. My teams have been running simulations and refining their targets, but I'd like you to assist them using a special quantum recursive algorithm. Our simulators can run the outcome of a possible incursion on the holodeck. Interacting with that simulation will give us more data than just crunching the numbers. We need to really interact with it to see what reality would look like. And for that, I need someone like you with field experience.
Hello. Please allow me to explain what we're doing here. We've determined that if we remove a specific series of stars from the Beta Quadrant in the distant past, a rogue planet will enter the Iconia system and cause massive geological damage at about the same time the planet was bombarded by the Iconians' enemies. The technological buildup of the orbital bombardment that destroyed the Iconian civilization will still happen, but the Iconians themselves will have to deal with a natural disaster, not a war. Maybe the survivors of a natural disaster, if there are any, won't be so vengeful, and none of the stars we will remove have planets with the possibility of developing life. The overall effect on the galaxy is minimal. It's a painful path, but it could be the one that leads to peace. The number of stars we will have to remove is a concern, which is why we're trying this in a simulation first. But as Captain Nog said, these simulations aren't perfect, so we have devised a holodeck program that will expand and extrapolate on possible effects of the temporal incursion. It's the best option we have available to us. The holodeck's algorithms have been updated to change and adapt to the data created by the simulated timeline alteration. This is not your average holo novel. Once we run the program, you'll be able to interact with our best approximation of the new timeline. Interaction with the holodeck components will allow the program to generate a more in-depth solution and give us a better idea of what to expect. We have set this simulation on a Federation starship patrolling the Sol system, and you are the captain. If all goes as planned, we expect that almost everything in the system should be close to current reality.
Okay, der hat aber wirklich sehr detailgetreu geschrieben. Ein großes Holodeck.
Captain, you're alive! We repelled the intruders on the bridge, but the ship has taken heavy damage, and a lot of the crew are injured. Sir, I'm not sure this is the time. So many people are hurt, and most of the systems are offline. The life support is on backups, and our resources are down to nothing. The Dominion stopped firing at us when we lost weapons. Now they're focusing on Earth's defense grid, but it's only a matter of time before they return to finish us off.
Sir, I tried to fight them off. The boarding parties, the Jem'Hadar. We have to stop the Dominion. They can't take Earth too.
Hey, Fenrich.
I never expected they would get so far into our defenses. I'm sorry, Captain. I just need a moment. Then I'll be ready to fight.
Ja, ich habe hier nur ein Hologramm, das so viel Zeit wie es wünscht.
We can't stop them. Maybe if we hadn't been at war with the Romulans. Maybe if the Klingons hadn't ripped themselves apart. I'll be fine, Captain. Just rattle.
Incoming hail!
Ja, wirklich.
USS Ajax. Sensors show your ship is completely defenseless, and I would prefer not to delay our arrival at Earth to deal with such a minor annoyance. Surrender now, and I will guarantee the safety of your crew.
Brüche auf Deck 4, 5 und 6. Notfallkraftfelder aktiviert. Hüllenintegrität bei 22,8%. Waffe ausgefallen. Schilder ausgefallen. Lebenserhaltung. Notenergie aktiviert. Herunterladen. Programm bitte beenden. Also wenn wir so Kämpfe tun, eigentlich war das nicht mein Schiff. Eigentlich war das nur ein Holodeck.
Sorry, we were watching from the control room, and that could have gone better. Even with all that, the simulation data on whether the Iconians were entirely eliminated from that timeline is inconclusive. We were able to record your interactions, and we've been able to piece together what happened from those. From what we can piece together, the Klingon Empire was never unified by its conflicts against outsiders, and the great houses turned on one another instead. The Romulans took the chaos as an opportunity to attack. The Federation stepped in to help the Klingons, and the war between the three factions basically ripped the quadrant apart. The Dominion then conquered all three weakened powers. Agreed. My team will continue working on other possible incursion scenarios.
Another one of you Voyagers? I don't know how you can help, but very well. My team is working on scenarios that reduce the Iconian power base. We are attempting to do so by fixing a mistake that Janeway allowed to happen decades ago. We are going to stop the Vaadwaur from being rediscovered. We plan to do this by preventing Voyager from ever coming into contact with underspace. This will prevent them from finding Vaadwaur Prime, and 7 of 9 will never wake the Vaadwaur. None of us are going to survive if we don't try to repair the damage you've already done. The goal is to cause a solar flare that will force Voyager to divert from the course it was on when it stumbled into underspace. If it safely passes without entering underspace, it can continue on its trip home and bypass the Vaadwaur entirely. The simulation is set for the USS Voyager, which is fitting since they caused the problem in the first place. Our projections show that even if the Vaadwaur never return, your people will still find a reason to stick your noses into our business. So, we're attempting to see how the elimination of the Vaadwaur will change the formation of the Delta Alliance. You will be a member of the diplomatic team.
Warte mal, was du jetzt eigentlich der Frau?
Don't mind Noy. I think he partially blames people from your quadrant for some of the Krennin's troubles. After all, if Voyager hadn't restored the Vaadwaur, they would have never been in a position to ally with the Iconians. But there is no reason to dwell on past hurts. We're trying to fix what we can here, and then learn to accept the rest. Noy funnels that passion to help his people into his work. Perhaps it will change everything. It is a pleasure to meet you. Both Captain Nog and Seven speak highly of you.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch, Christopher. Ach, Holodeck, ja. Na ja, geh mal wieder rein. Hey, Voyager! Das ist doch der Raum von der Voyager.
This is an absolute disaster. I had thought that Admiral Tuvok was being pessimistic about the chance for success here, but now I think he was right. No, it's not. The hierarchy started setting these people against one another before Admiral Tuvok and his team could start to pull them together. The very fact that they all agreed to be in the same room is a minor miracle. Eventually, between Vulcan logic, Klingon tenacity, and Romulan pragmatism, we'll convince everyone here that the threat is real and an alliance is in their best interest. But it won't be easy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I see I have another argument to break up.
Talaxianer.
We've always tried to be good neighbors and treat other races with respect, but this is really too much. The Malon are using our system as a dump, and their trash isn't our problem. The Malon might not be the biggest threat, but they are the most immediate. Wait until they start dumping their trash in your front yard, and see how you like it.
Are you here to preach about responsible waste management too? You can save it. I have a commitment to my people and my planet that supersedes any other concerns.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch, IQ Zero.
We don't need outsiders telling us what to do. If the Talaxians want to talk, they can come to us directly.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch, Fauna.
The Malon have resisted attempts to accept less hazardous waste management practices and continue dumping waste throughout the quadrant. The most at-risk populations are the Talaxians, who have a new colony close to Malon dumping grounds. The Malon have moved into Talaxian space to avoid hierarchy attacks. Diplomatic relations between the Malon and Talaxians are rapidly deteriorating. The Malon have accused the Talaxians of working with the hierarchy, a charge the Talaxians strenuously deny.
Verhemmt. Da fehlt ein R.
The Benthans could possibly pressure the Malon to return to the negotiation table.
Yes, what is your question? I am rather busy. The Hazari are stepping up their smuggling operations, and the hierarchy's new drive for profits has created a significant increase in attacks on unaligned transports. Good luck with that. The Hazari aren't interested in anything but making deals. This whole meeting is just a waste of time. Unity might work where you come from, but I don't have any reason to cooperate with criminals like the Hazari or thugs like the hierarchy. What do you want? Did the Benthans make you one of their little deputies? Or was it the Malon? Before everyone broke ties with the hierarchy, they told us what people say about us. Mercenaries. Honorless. Ha! They all deny it. But we know. Now we look out for ourselves. Fine. Run back to the Benthans. I'll be here if you want to talk business.
Unraveling this mess could take months, years.
Willkommen, diplomatischer Attaché. Ja, egal. Programm bitte beenden. Danke. Ich bin ein Wissenschaftler, kein Diplomant.
Damn, that was useless. The Iconians were so determined to have a hold here that they simply found another species to fit the bill. Maybe if you had been a better negotiator, you would have been able to unite those representatives against the hierarchy. Then, at least we would have had a chance. This scenario isn't as catastrophic as trying to remove the Iconians, but it's not exactly ideal either. We'll have to try something else.
You must excuse my husband's harsh demeanor. This has been a very trying time for the Krenim. Thank you for helping us get this far. We'll keep working.
Okay, es ist seine Frau.
Trust my wife to be the voice of reason. Perhaps I was too hard on you. I just want to be able to fix all of this. We can't turn back time, but we can change it. Please speak to Gamma Team. Captain Nog thinks very highly of their plan.
Die Labertasche. Ach nee, noch nicht. Okay.
Hello. We've been waiting for you.
Yep.
Our team is focusing on delaying tactics. What if Iconia had never been discovered? In 2365, Captain Donald Varley of the USS Yamato found a star chart on Denias 3 that revealed the location of Iconia. I want to redirect a meteor to impact the archaeological site on Denias 3 before Captain Varley begins his excavations. Iconia will remain a myth, and we will not attract the Iconians' attention as early as we did. True, but if you compare the changes in Iconian technology over the past 200,000 years with what the rest of us have done in the past 2 centuries, it's obvious that the Iconian culture has stagnated while we have advanced rapidly. Additionally, there are other factors in play that could trigger the alliances and sharing of technology that have come about because of the Iconian threat. It's a risk, but it's one that could pay off. The program is set for Romulan space. Because the Hobus supernova was caused by direct Iconian interference, we expect Romulus to be intact in this new reality. As such, the Romulan Star Empire should once again be a major power in the quadrant. Your role will be as an officer on a Romulan warbird.
Okay. Wie wird die Zeit aussehen, wenn Romulus nicht explodiert wäre? Übrigens ist das doch jetzt das Szenarium, was anspielt an Star Trek mit dem neuen Picard, wo Romulus ja von der Supernova zerstört worden ist. Was wäre passiert, wenn...
Ah, Sub-Commander. I'd like to test out some new security passcodes. If you would be so kind as to seal the doors and disable certain, equipment, we need to talk.
Ja, natürlich. Das... Türe zu. Talchia abgeschaltet. Und jetzt kann mir reden.
Thank you for playing along, Sub-Commander. The Talchiar can't hear us now. I need to talk to you about Titan and the Separatists. They've been located near the Dewa system. What we do next could change our future. Titan has been inspired by Spock's teaching. He and many others have left the homeworld and are gathered together in a flotilla somewhere near Tau Dewa. Titan and his allies have been making overtures of peace to both the Federation and the Klingons. Because of this, they have enough support that even the Tal Shiar won't take direct action against them. The Borg are at our borders. The Empire can't fight the Collective and the Separatists at the same time. Thank you for playing along, Sub-Commander. The Tal Shiar can't hear us now. I need to talk to you about Datan and the Separatists. They've been located near the Dewa system. What we do next? If I was, I wouldn't have needed you to lock the door. I intend to put Lieutenant Silan in the brig and then take this ship and crew to join the Separatists. Are you with me? I know. I have tried to work within the system, but the system is broken and corrupt. Datan and his people are building something better. You and I both know it. The crew knows it. We will take this warbird to Datan, and we will finally be free.
Ach stimmt, das war doch der Warbird, der wo, glaube ich, assimilisiert worden ist irgendwann mal. Oder war das
Secret conversations between the commander and one of his senior officers?
Ja, das
Very suspicious. Loyal citizens of the Romulan Star Empire have no need for locked doors.
Ja, gut, das ist Leutnant Gaius. Das ist ja, wo assimilisiert worden ist, ja.
Tamer, you are a fool, and you will be the death of everyone on this ship. Datan and his people are terrorists. If you join them, you will share their fate.
My friends, it is time we forge our own destiny.
A destiny free from the tyranny of the Tal Shiar.
If we leave,
we will have a better, brighter future than what they would allow us.
I know this is a step into the unknown,
but it is
a step we will take together. Throw off your chains. We will join our brothers and sisters in freedom.
Okay, in der Videofrequenz doppelt besprochen ist nicht gerade großartig anzuhören mit dem Echo.
I wanted to let you know that I am with you and Commander Tamer. Some of my family has left Romulus to join Datan. I'll be proud to join them.
Okay. Upla. Durchsage des Simina, Verräter in unserer Mitte, historische Exekution von Verräter im Sternenimperium wurde auf 21 Uhr verschoben. Teilnahme ist obligatorisch für alle Offiziere, die nicht im Dienst sind. Dann wäre ich lieber gerne im Dienst, als in Hinrichtung zu sehen. Okay, also die Box steht vor der Tür und das ist ein Warbird, der wo assimilisiert worden ist. Hey du, Neuigkeiten, ich habe hier Neuigkeiten hier. Bock!
That is the most promising simulation yet. It appears there was some merit to our hypothesis that the Iconians advanced their plans due to early contact. The readings do indicate higher levels of Borg activity, but it should be an acceptable risk. The data in this simulation does show higher Borg activity than we're currently seeing, but there are no signs of Herald, Iconian, or Solanae presence at all. And while the Romulan Star Empire is restored to their former power, there is a democratic Romulan group opposing the Tal Shiar. And more importantly, Romulus is intact. This is the result many of our Romulan researchers have been trying to bring about. The political calculus of the quadrant will change, but the data supports what you saw on the holodeck. No Iconians. We have solid projections. The only suggestion I have now is that you consider it in conjunction with Captain Nog and the Republic representatives here.
This last test has the most promising results I've seen, and saving the Romulan homeworld is an added bonus. We're not going to have a lot of shots at this. I've been looking at Anorex's work, and I think it's too easy to get into a temporal loop where you try again and again for a specific result, and time starts fighting back. I'm inclined to say this is our best chance. But this will have a huge impact on the reality we know, especially your people, Commander Jirok. I won't give my authorization without hearing from everyone.
This is difficult. It would change everything for us. We'd have our home back, but the Republic, everything we've built, it would all be gone. But there's still hope. Even in this other reality, Datan has led many Romulans away from Sela and her Tal Shiar thugs. The simulation specifically mentioned Datan and a separatist movement. Commander Tamer makes the choice to join Datan, the same choice he made after the homeworld was lost. With Romulus, we could have numbers. More people who have had enough of the Tal Shiar's oppression could join us. Maybe millions more. If Datan is able to get a movement going, even at the height of the Empire's power, I have to believe that change is possible. Make the incursion. The lives we save will be worth the work we'll have to do to reform the Republic. The Tal Shiar wasn't able to stop us the first time. They won't stop us again.
Siehe, wir wurden unterrichtet, dass die Slissit und das Grimming-Forschungsschiff, mit uns zu temporalen Einbruch reisen werden. Das Grimming-Schiff hat die Waffe an Bord und die Lissit wird Schutz und, wenn nötig, Arbeitskraft stellen. Alle 3 Schiffe werden vorübergehend temporelle Schilde erhalten, um uns vor den Änderungen der Zeitlinie zu bewahren. Solange die Schilde standhalten, werden wir alle Veränderungen beobachten und sogar mit ihr interagieren können. Aber wir werden nicht Teil der neuen Zeitlinie sein. Captain Nog sagt, dass die temporale Schildgeneratoren beschädigt werden können. Wir müssen vorsichtig sein. Wir können sie auf die Abstraktung beamen, sobald sie bereit sind. Ja, dann hier sofort los. Böse Videofrequenz. Da hat man ja gar kein Durchblick gehabt. Ich bin auf der Reise.
No. We expected to see some Borg activity, but this can't be right.
Target acquired and locked.
Und immer noch die falsche Animation.
Activating weapon. Incursion complete.
It will be good to see the world of my birth again.
Sag ich doch, der macht immer noch nicht die Waffe aus. Kein Wunder, dass das nicht funktionieren kann.
Elements? Is that Romulus?
Nee,
it's been completely assimilated.
Yes, I think we have a problem.
Nee, wir haben hier kein Problem. Nein, wir hatten mit Borg-Aktivität gerechnet, aber das kann nicht stimmen.
I agree that this is unexpected, Commander, but we knew there would be anomalies. We need more information. Let's find out where the simulation might have gone wrong.
The whole system can't be assimilated, can it? That is a lot of Borg.
Das ist übrigens das Teil hier unten, was ich mir das letzte Mal genommen habe. Nicht so schnell.
According to these scans, the planet has been completely assimilated. I'm not detecting any non-Borg life signs. This is bad. Really, really bad. We need to fix this. Borg ships decloaking! Red alert!
First the Klingons, now the Borg. Does everyone steal cloaking technology from us? Reinforcements at an intercept course.
Anders momentan hier ganz gut belagt. Fässer, Updates. So, ja, das ist alles explodiert. Okay, so.
We need more information before we can fix this. I'll keep the Krenim ship well out of Borg sensor range while you go in and find out what happened. Hurry! More Borg will be arriving soon. I've modified some personal shield generators to shield you temporally as well. I'm transporting them over now. Hurry! The temporal shielding drains a lot of power. You won't have much time down there before you're unprotected. If that happens, this will be your new reality.
Wir haben die temporale Schilde für das Außenteam erhalten. Hier Umklauter sagt, dass sie Bedenken hinsichtlich der Waffe hat. Wir können sie vermutlich nur noch ein weiteres Mal einsetzen, bevor die Kondensatoren durchbrennen. Daher müssen wir das auf Anhieb richtig machen und nie zu einer Zeitlinie zurückfinden, in der die Galaxie nicht von dem Borg überrannt ist. Die Sensoren haben einige Hauptrechner aufgespürt, der über die Daten, die wir brauchen, verfügen sollten. Die Liz wird zurückbleiben und das Graming-Forschungsschiff zu schützen, das Graming-Schiff zu schützen, während sie am Commander Jarek herunterbeamen und die Informationen zu beschaffen. Okay. Bin ja schon unten. Hier muss man nicht explodieren. Immer diese Hektik mit den Borgs.
We need more data to plot a possible solution. With any luck, the Borg will have what we need. Maybe. Our focus is on restoration. There is a computer node in this area of the Unimatrix that should have what we need. Find the node and download all the data you can from the point where we made our incursion. That should help us find out how to fix this.
I'm going to join you. I know this place. Or at least I knew this place. Before we lost the homeworld, it was a Talshar complex. Most of the secrets of our empire were stored here. I thought I was getting my home back, but now the Borg have taken it all away. This is like losing Romulus all over again. The controls ahead of us will unlock the bulkheads.
Naja, ich weiß nicht, wer ich lieber habe. Borg oder
whole planet. All our people. They're Borg.
Schon besiegt, okay. Das ging schnell. Borgs gingen schnell heute. Das war ziemlich schnell.
I can't believe we were so wrong. Cover me! I'll override the door controls.
Aus irgendeinem Grund motzt heute mein PC. Na.
Got it.
Na, die passen sich hier schnell an. Ich habe mein Anti-Borg.
We have to find a way to make this right.
Das sag ich ja auch immer, aber ich muss mich anpassen. Oh, ich hab mich angepasst. Ich bin zwar kein Borg, aber ich stehe dir gleich.
There. That's the access node console we need.
Ach, wirklich? Gut, dann gucken wir mal rein. Herzlichen Glückwunsch, Goros Hellscream.
Locked. We'll have to circumvent their security measures. Wait! Incoming Borg!
Naja, ich fand so gut weggebombt. Tut mir leid, die sind wirklich immer drauf. Also, das muss man wirklich hier sagen. So, was sagt uns das?
When we lost the homeworld, I thought that was the worst thing that could happen to us.
Das sagt uns gar nichts. Okay, gut, gehen wir weiter. Und dann haben wir hier Borg Disco Licht. Ich kann mich noch daran erinnern, dass Borg Discos haben, aber okay. Sie werden assimilisiert werden. Darauf hatte ich jetzt keine Lust. Leute, Ewe die Hanna ziemlich schnell umgehauen, weil ja doch hatten wir jetzt Probleme. Also wirklich. Sicherheitssystem der Borg umgehen. Umgeht man einmal Borg.
This was Romulan technology once, but it's been completely assimilated. Hakiv?
You will become one with the Borg. Resistance is futile.
anständig assimilisiert hier. Eingabeabfrage. Greifen auf temporelle Aufzeichnungen zu 00433. Drohne 2 von 18 meldet sich bei Olkoven 12 Gamma für den täglichen Regenerationszyklus. Drohne 8 von 10 meldet sich in Sektor 3 Beta zur Verteilungswartung. Drohne 3 von 27 hat 35% des Regenerationszyklus abgeschlossen. Oh Gott, die sind ja aber mega genau. Filter, temporelle Aufzeichnung, Sternzeit 68589.04, Romulus-System wurde dem Kollektiv hinzugefügt. Sternzeit 68590 bis 69000. Unimatrix in Orbit von Romulus gegründet, erhalte Bezeichnung Unimatrix 652, Sternzeit 69000 bis 700000. Alle Untereinheiten von Unimatrix 652 werden in Trimatrix 1152 bis 1274 unterteilt.
It looks like the main invasion of Romulan space occurred about 20 years ago. Something happened in the Delta Quadrant. The Borg assimilated something that greatly improved their technology. They adapted, evolved, and my people, they didn't have a chance. Maybe it's our fate to lose Romulus.
Was runtergefallen, was aufheben. Ich empfange Borg-Signaturen, die sich nähern. Sie können von dort her verschwellen. Implantate stehen mir nicht so. Da müssen wir uns das... Nee, da habe ich sowas mit grauer Haut und schwarze Blutadern und Roboterteile aus dem Körper rausgekommen.
Let's get out of here. There are more than 20 Borg ships on an intercept course.
More Borg on the way.
Aus dem Romulus-System entkommen, ne? Da bin ich sehr gut dran.
Borg decloaking. Focus on your repairs. We will make sure the data is preserved.
Ich übertrage, sobald ich hier keine Box mehr habe. Ich schenke dem nur kurz temporale Zeit.
Data is compressed and ready.
Übrigens, Leute, das kann man auch so übertragen.
Communications array is ready.
Aber da macht es nicht so viel Spaß. Zuge, das Teil heilt auch, ne? Also und gibt mir, wie ihr hier seht, eine ganze Menge. Und dann machen wir wieder hier dunkel für den. Was? Ein Borg, das macht ein Borg mit heiß. Boom. Ach, lach ich.
Secure channel confirmed.
Data received!
If you target the Borg transport mission, the Borg may never be able to restore.
It is a great risk. Borg have a great deal of influence on the timeline. There is no time to run simulations.
Do we have a choice?
We do not. Targeting the transwarp network.
Firing the weapon! Now!
Okay,
The
das war
Borg
eine
are
coole
gone.
Animation.
So is Romulus.
Romulus isn't the only thing we lost. Temporal shielding is failing.
What happened?
The Borg did too much damage to the generators. If we lose the temporal shielding, we'll all reintegrate with the timeline.
Has anything else changed?
Checking? No. The Tutarians. They're gone.
How?
I see the problem. 20 years ago, your people tried to replicate the work of the Solanae to protect themselves from the Borg. They failed.
Temporal shield is at 8%.
No, I need to restabilize the shields.
I'm downloading my personal files into the shielded core. You'll have all my research notes and everything we've recorded from this mission.
You're giving up? When the shield fails, if the Tutarians were lost in the past, then you'll be lost too.
Temporal shield is losing integrity.
Is there anything we can do?
No, we all knew the risks.
Warum Kennedy das Unit sagen? Diese 3 Worte hätte es noch Zeit gehabt. Von mir mal. War doch romantisch. Es gibt eine neue Entwicklung, Captain. Gehen Sie bitte in den Konferenzraum und reden Sie mit den Leuten. Na ja, gut, dann gehe ich mal so. Ach nee, doch, macht man ja nicht so, ne? Hier, da, so, geht man da entlang, da folgt man dem Rote. So, und dann, ja, da ist rot und da geht man dann auch mal nach. Ach, ist das so schön hier. Na, hallo Nock, du quatsch mich ja immer zu Tode, also machen wir das als erstes.
We found a temporally shielded computer core, and it shows 2 uses of the Krenim weapon. But as far as I know, the Iconians are still out there. We changed the timeline, but we didn't fix our most important problem. We haven't dug that far into the data yet, and it will take some in-depth investigation to catalog all of the changes. Noi is going to lead the group taking care of that. I will say it is odd to find personal logs I don't remember making. Very. But from what we've already seen, it appears the reason the weapon was fired twice was because we had to try to correct a change we made. Technology like this seems so simple, but even the smallest change can make more trouble than it solves. We have to be more cautious. Far more cautious than we've already been, I suppose. The next mistake might not be fixable. Time alteration might not be the answer. There are some problems that can't be solved with a weapon. But time travel... Look, whatever happens, It was good working with you. I hope we have the chance to do so in the future.
Sagte doch, der quatscht uns zu Tode.
We've put so much hope into using the Krenim technology to solve our problems. Perhaps I was caught up in the possibilities and blind to the potential for disaster. We tried and we failed. But this isn't the end. We'll keep looking at the simulations as well as any other option open to us. I have to have faith that we will find a way to defeat the Iconians.
I was conducting another simulation, and all of a sudden I got an emergency call telling me to stop everything. I will be looking at whatever data we managed to save to try and determine what went wrong. Maybe we can try again after we know more. It has been good to have you here, but we will have to consider if time alteration is really the best course of action. Of all the records we have of time travel, few have as drastic a result as this. Perhaps removing elements from the time stream isn't the solution we need.
I have a lot of information to analyze. The shielded core appears to have made it through the process intact, and will give us a wealth of data on the timeline and how the changes have affected it. Clearly, you made a mistake somewhere. I still feel this is the best technology available to us, but we will need minds sufficient to the task to operate it.
Ja, immer mein Fehler, das ist klar. Siehe, ich habe Bedenken bezüglich des Einsatzes von Zeitreisen und das Problem mit Ikonianern zu lösen. Doch temporale Veränderungen sind eines der wenigen Gebiete, auf denen wir ihnen gegenüber einen Vorteil haben. Ich hoffe nur, dass, wie auch immer die Allianz vorgehen wird, sich unsere Lage nicht noch weiter verschlimmert. Sie sind jetzt bereit, zur Extraktum zurückkehren? Ja, natürlich bin ich bereit. Hier, der geht mir auf die Nerven.
Captain Nog tells me that the initial test of the Krenim weapon was less than promising. He says that he and his team have a great deal of data still to analyze, but I do not believe they will find much that will assist us. Removing elements from the time stream is reckless, and while our options are limited, we should not destroy ourselves in a fruitless effort to destroy the Iconians. It is time to consider all of our alternatives.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Sieh an, ich hab das Set. Aber 2, das da ist überladener Solani-Kern. Das da ist überladener temporaler Kern. Ach so. Etwas, was ich nicht brauche. Okay, Leute. Das war's mit Star Trek Online für unbestimmte Zeit. Ciao.